But to continue that story, because we did have to get in the game. So again, I stopped playing in 2015. I had worked at a summer camp in Maine, and I came back for my sophomore year of undergrad, and it was just, I had all the game knowledge I needed, but none of the muscle memory, and it felt horrible to play. So I just kind of stopped. I said, you know, I don't have enough time for this. I am playing competitive Quidditch, which was effectively, it was 6 days a week, club sport. I'm trying to make sure I graduate summa cum laude with my aerospace engineering degree. I'm trying to set myself up for a graduate degree. Like, I had a lot of stuff. So I said, you know what? Okay, I'm just going to watch a little bit here and there. And I also, I don't know, because the game felt bad to play, it stopped capturing me as much. And I didn't play from probably, fall 2016 up through 2020, where COVID happened. And I watched Katowice, and I got excited to play again. And then COVID happened, and there was literally nothing else to do. So as I was sitting there, it looks like, oh, Classic's going to take the in-base natural, and this makes sense for the man. He is a guy that likes to go for Stargate play, and that is what this enables. And you put a Stargate here, well, you're gonna get an Oracle in your opponent's main base pretty damn quickly. It's almost proxy. But we're gonna have to see how this one goes. Look at this, NightMare's guarding, and he says, "I know what you're up to. I know what I gotta do." But Classic does not want to take this fight, actually. The probe is going to have to return because, well, NightMare got the first shot. So, there we go. There's the Stargate on the way. So I start going, and I start playing a little bit and getting back into it. And actually, it felt really easy to get back into it. Didn't feel all that easy after 3 months away from the game, but after 5 years, it was totally fine. Hail Maris, indeed, Lithanos. So, you know, I do that, and I realized that I had cast a little bit back in 2015. I did something for like a little bit of Proxy Pylon in my dorm room my freshman year, or Proxy Tempest. I sent it StarCraft League stuff, but nothing super serious. And I'm like, yeah, okay, for Jobo Team League, and I enjoyed it. So I said, you know, I want to get back into Jobo Team League competition again, and a couple of my friends from previously, as the Adepts find their way on in here, how many workers will go down? Looks like we do not have a StarCraft mod of an extension mod in this game, but looks like 4 workers will go down to the 2 Adepts, which is just about what you expect, honestly. So I started playing a little bit. I got back into Jobo Team League, which is an amateur team league. And then I started casting a little bit their replays and their little their clan wars and things like that, just to effectively jam it on Twitch. And I started, and I still had all this time because I was literally just writing my not a lot of time. I was writing my master's thesis. This is the Oracle's going to fly in. It's going to stay alive, actually. Great job. But take a lot of damage, and really is only going to be a map control utility at this point. The interesting thing, though, is NightMare has opted to go for Phoenix play. He's committing to it just a little bit longer. We're going to have to see if he goes for more than 3 Phoenix play. Probably not. So I started to do that more. I started playing, like, casting OSC Cups. But the big break was I've been doing a little bit of that, and I guess due to my Jobo Team League stuff, man online known by Sugar, who now owns and operates Apprentice Esports, he was the manager of Alpha X, and he said, hey, you know, Bayo, we have this clan war we got to do, and we need someone to cast it. It's going to be a bunch of, I think they were best of 3s, best of 5s between Alpha X and Exxon, just money matches. As a Phoenix, they're going to dive in. A couple more workers do go down. Meanwhile, on the other side, Oracle not really finding much of anything, but Classic getting ready for a bit of a timing here. His blink is about halfway done. He's got a lead there. We're going to see a gateway go down. And how many? Yeah, it's going to be 3, 4 gate blink coming down from Classic. And I think NightMare scouted that immediately. Yes, he did. So there's a problem. Classic's going to be forced to cancel that one off. That's not super exciting. So I did that. And I mean, I had a ton of viewers for me at the time. I had like 10 viewers. It was great. But most importantly, the owners of Exxon and Alpha X were there. And they're saying, hey, you know, this guy's pretty good. So I kept joking the entire time. There's the extra pile on the Classic's dropping, but no gateway this time. Oh, sorry, production time needs to go back up. I kept joking about, hey, you know, give me a job. And they did not give me a job because most amateur teams, they don't have a lot of money, right? But they did say, yeah, originally it actually was Dricket of Exxon, which is now Psystorm, reached out to me and said, hey, my sponsor wants me to pick you up. So they sent me out to Jersey. They gave me exclusive access to cast the Psystorm, or what was the Exxon Cup. Well, one of two exclusivities. It was myself and Steadfast. And I started doing that, but at the same time, Sushi of Alpha X, he's the team owner of Alpha X, started having me do stuff for him on their Freaka channel and their Trovo channel and everything else. So I got a lot of chops that way. And eventually, it became obvious that I was doing more for the team I was not part of than the team I was part of. And I got brought on over to Alpha X, where I started doing more. And the other big break I had was when Steadfast reached out to me because of my Exxon connection, said, hey, I'm doing this thing called the Corporate Esports Association, CEA, and I need a co-caster. It's paid. It's every Saturday for 4 hours. We want to try you out. I said, yeah, great. Absolutely. Please. The concept of getting paid for casting, incredible. I didn't even think about it. Like, that was an opportunity. And turned out Steadfast and I worked really well together. I got brought on, not full-time, but I brought on to do the CEA with him, and that was 4 hours of pretty quality casting every day of the week. As Stalkers find their way in, Oracle falls. NightMare trying to break Classic open at this point. The third base feels almost certain to fall here. Classic, he's got 3 Stalkers here, and he does need to defend that natural, and there we go. He's going to be able to make that happen. And actually, the third base stays alive. Not a lot of damage done to the structures by NightMare, only to the probes. So workers go down, but Classic keeps his base alive. He is still in a decent worker count. Classic does have to be careful, though, with this pocket expand that Stalkers are going to do exactly what they're looking for. As they blink at the main base, we're going to see 3 Stalkers go down. What do we... Oh, wait, are there sentries in there? Oh, no, it's in depths. But the probes are going to get pulled away. More Stalkers warp in. And NightMare is doing such a good job of just jerking Classic onto the other side of the map. The Warp Prism goes down. That's going to be nice. Now Classic can respond to this just a little bit better, even as he does find himself supply blocked. And that's actually... I did not know... That's actually really cool. Look, the Zelnaga Tower provides high ground vision. That's actually really cool. I did not know that that was a thing. That is insanely powerful. That is insanely powerful in a PvP. But anyway, Stalkers now. Classic blinks low. He says, okay, well, he does not kill the probe because there's Stalkers in his third base. It feels like the setup that NightMare has gone for in this series, or in this game, on this map, is a lot more stable than what Classic has gone for. There's not really a big advantage of the in-base natural. Certainly not the one that he found. So... Again, Classic loses more workers. Now he's down 20 workers. He's only up 7 army supplies, so this is not a game where he's really going to be able to do a lot to actually... Like, this is not a game where he has really good counter pressure, but okay. Looks like he wants to blink in through the back door. 2 Stalkers. Missed blink there, but now Stalker's in the main base. And NightMare is a little bit slow in reacting, but he's going to be back there now. And now actually Classic has a really nice concave, low ground to high ground, but he's going to be forced back anyways. Yeah, he's got to get out of here. Oh, no! The missed blink! The micro! Oh, that's a problem, and that's just it. Classic taps out, losing half your army like that. Not what you want. NightMare takes game 1. On the upper right... into this map too. It's oh man, the maps are just so nice in the new pool. It's Classic. And the bottom left in the right, he's up 1. He's NightMare. So I understand the desire to take that pocket expand and go Stargate play. I really do. But it feels like, because how close those are together, and specifically because the Zelnaga gives high ground vision, which is the reason I think that Classic lost that game, it's just too abusable for Blink Stalker play. And that really did feel like it was the difference. NightMare could always be aggressive in 2 spots at once, and just felt really hard for Classic to defend. So we're going to have to see. I'm excited to see how the meta on Stargazer evolves. Stargazers? I'm really excited to see how the meta of that one evolves. And you talk about how Stargazers is beautiful, and it is. I mean, look at the Protoss temple tile sets on this. I mean, this is... I'm gonna keep saying this, and I've been saying this for a while. I am so tired of like the grimdark tile sets, like map styles that we've had in StarCraft in the recent pool. And I understand that it's just how it happened. It wasn't like every map maker said, we're going to do this. It's just what was picked, and I'm sure there were others. But we have Stargazers as data C in this map with the beach in the middle and the cool temple stuff. And I'm sure we'll get tired of it eventually. But it makes me so happy. And the other thing And 47 is, I'm very sad about this. Well, I guess I'm happy as a fan of StarCraft. I'm sad as a guy who has commissioned an emote, an animated emote. But there are no cleaning bots on any of the maps. They have been removed. So we cannot have a cleaning bot removal animated emote. It's less useful. So unfortunate. Sinistro, if you're still here, you're ruining my incentives for people to subscribe to my channel. All right, so of course, folks, this is there's a ramp on the natural, so this is Stargate play. We see that having gone down, but it's interesting to see that NightMare does not seem to want to opt into Phoenix play, or he does not want to opt into Phoenix versus Phoenix play. So Classic is 2 games in a row, or no, I'm thinking of the last series, but Classic has opted into Phoenix. Classic actually very good at Phoenix versus Phoenix. He's played a lot of series against Max Packs. And NightMare just says, okay, we're not going to do that. That's not what's happening. Oracle is just going to be here defensively. And I'm very curious to see what Classic has in store for us with this pylon. It may just be a Schrodinger's pylon. Why we haven't seen Waterfall? Actually, I think Waterfall's small. I haven't actually had a chance to open up. I haven't had a chance to open the game up, but it seems very small, and it actually seems rather wide open in the middle. So it makes sense why we wouldn't see it against. It seems like it's the only really good Zerg map in the new pool. But as the Phoenix, they're trying to find this Oracle. They're not getting it, but they're getting some probes on the backside. And Phoenix now is going to find the Oracle. Actually, interesting. Classic committed to 4. Normally, if you're going Phoenix into standard play, which it happens if you're not, say, if it's not Phoenix versus Phoenix, you stay at 3. That's enough to kill workers pretty quickly, but no more than that. Is Classic will find this pylon on the right side, so he's going to send a... Well, first of all, the probe's going to go down, so nothing is going to get built here for a little bit. Want to brainstorm more? You're down. Well, actually, we have 97 people or something like that watching right now. Folks, if 47ness was to make me an animated emote, I really like the cleaning bot exploding, but if there are no more cleaning bots, there are no memes about cleaning bots. So if I was to get one animated emote, what would it be? Please let me know. I'm creative in some ways, but not in others, and figuring out the emotes I want is always hard. But okay, Stalker's now going to blink into the main base with the Oracle here. And, oh, please stop for stasis. Yes, he is. So we're waiting for the stasis trap to be complete. Now the Oracle, they're going to rotate on over. Interesting. Meanwhile, Stalkers are warping in. So this is 4-gate aggression coming in from NightMare, but he does have his 3rd base on the way. So it's not super committed. He wants to make something happen. So now Classic has to beat down the door, or specifically break down that Stargate. And that just opens the room for NightMare's own aggression. As now here comes NightMare running on forward. Blink is not yet done. DT's getting warped in on the north side, though, so that's going to be something as force multipliers of the Phoenix doing what they can. Stalkers getting lifted. When you're lifted, you do not blink. For the Phoenix, they do start to fall. More Stalkers die. Great defense here from Classic to start, and the stasis trap is just on the edge of things. NightMare tries to bait into it, but it's just not where it needs to be. And now here come the dankest of Templar, the Dark Templar, and yes, there's a warp in, but there is absolutely no detection. There is an observer on the way, but DT's already find their way on in. It looks like that's actually a full wall in the mineral line. That's pretty cool, but DT gets 6 workers. Stalkers will be able to knock down some more of these as we got a recall here. And, well, Stalkers are doing a good job body blocking, but those are, again, they're just dead Stalkers. And now here the DT finds probes anyways. Now the observer has arrived, but that was 15 probes going down. Classic now finds himself an 11 worker lead. His 3rd base is it's a little bit slower, but again, he's got himself a 11, 12 worker lead. He's in a wonderful spot. I put a pylon in a box. I'm not sure. Did I say I said something, put a pylon in a box? I'm not really sure. I don't know. Okay, this stasis trap is still there. It's gonna... I don't feel like it's gonna do anything this game, but it would be cool. Be fun. I need my stasis trap memes. I need my stasis trap dreams. But Classic, he knows that he's in a fantastic spot here. Now, of course, by going for the Dark Shrine like that, and having to get Blink and everything else, his Gateway Explosion was a bit later. They're finishing up right now, but Blink is done. In fact, Charge is faster for Classic here again because he does have that economic lead. And we have a Forge on the way. So this game goes later. Classic's going to be very happy. In fact, he's happy right now, but he will be even happier because he will be able to continue to grow and expand and really develop the tech is the big thing. But a couple more DTs warping on in. Oh, no, Classic is going to go to get aggressive. 3 DTs is harassment. 4 DTs is Archons. So 4 Dark Templar warping in right now. Stalkers as well. And Charge is actually done, so I'm kind of surprised not to see a bunch of Zealots get warped in here anyways, but now Classic looking to take advantage of any sort of tempo lead he may have, but there is a stasis trap on the high ground, folks, and Classic walking into it, and now that gets 5-star. He can't do anything anymore. Classic got to back up, hope he can blink on the backside, but now Stark's blink on top anyways. NightMare trying to take advantage of this. He gets on top of the Sentry. The shield the Guardian shield goes down pretty quickly. Archons start to fall, but it's a decent concave for Classic right now. The problem, though, is he just does not have the supply in this army, and there we go. Stasis trap is going to finish eventually, but that was a fantastic punish. A fantastic punish now for Classic. Or excuse me, for NightMare now. NightMare onto the other side. Yeah, +1's halfway done for Classic. Yeah, he's got a 4th base on the way, but I don't know that Classic can hold the high ground here. It's a bit scary now that, yes, the Phoenix, they're going to lift things. They're going to knock 1 or 2 Stalkers down, but NightMare's blinking is fantastic. He's up 20 army supply. The big deal, of course, is he doesn't really have reinforcements. They have to run on over. That's something, but there's no shield battery in this 3rd base. So if there was, it went down. So NightMare, he just wedges his way on in. More and more Stalkers warping in. Classic, he does have a superior concave, and +1 is halfway done, but I'm not sure +1 matters. But the supplies are maybe starting to get a little bit closer. Classic, this is a horrible concave for him, though, as there's a shield battery finishing up on the backside. That will force NightMare back, at least momentarily. Oh, Schrodinger's pylon. Ah, I like Schrodinger's pylon. Unfortunately, we can't have randomness in animated emotes, but certainly this 5th base will go down. I think, was that an Oracle? No. Yeah, I think that was the Oracle went for a stasis trap and it died before it was able to accomplish its goals, but this game is equalized, folks. In fact, we might even be able to say NightMare has actually, I think we can say NightMare has a rather significant lead. Classic does have +1, and the army supplies are somewhat equivalent. In fact, Classic is up on Stalkers, down on Zealots. Charge is halfway done, so if Classic can hit a timing before Charge is done, maybe that's something. But for now, he's just down a couple workers, up a little bit in army supply. And it's going to be hard for him to get +2, is really the big deal. Just because the losses that he took, he's got to spend that money in other ways. So that buys time now for NightMare to go and actually... well, you know, and actually make something happen. We talk about Protoss needs a door. We have a gateway where Zealot looks out and slams the door. Maybe that's it. I don't know. The problem is it's really low pixel count, so it's hard to do anything super complex. But okay, here comes the army of NightMare once again. It's up about 10 army supply, but +1 is powerful. That's a lot of Zealots, though. No shield batteries. It's a hard army for Classic to fight. He's blinking backwards, looking for the superior concave. A couple Zealots of his own. They warp on in, and actually Classic's taking a damn fine fight here. His blink micro. He's able to wedge the Stalkers on the backside. Zealots warp in, but oh, the warp prism does fall. 4th base looks like it will stay alive right now. Classic, he is making miracles happen here. That did not look like an easy fight for him, but his blink micro was pretty damn fantastic. The Zealots warping into the middle of the fight, just enough to mess with the AI of NightMare's army. Now Classic blink on in, looking for the body block, looking to make something happen here. And it looks like his army he was down 10 army supply at the start. Now he's going to be up pretty significantly. +1, folks, is a powerful tool. Defender's advantage is a powerful tool. Losing the Warp Prism is a problem. But now Zealots into the 3rd base. Classic, I think he's going to have to, he's just going to have to recall on this one. That's a lot of Zealots. But if Classic kills it, that is a solid 15 army supply right there. Luckily, Zealots are speedy boys, and Stalkers cannot quite chase them down. So they do force them out as Stalkers on the left side as well. But Classic seems to be aware of this one. It's not quite the scary army that it was before. Okay, the Stalkers on the right side, they're not going to kill the rest of the Zealots. As NightMare. And NightMare in this entire series has done a great job of being the player with agency on the map. He is the one that is enforcing his will on Classic, and that means he's been able to expand a little bit faster. Now the Stalkers, they're going to find their way in, and this is where the army of NightMare has chosen to bulk up, has chosen to really just bring itself together. +1 is done for both sides, so Classic does not have that advantage anymore. He's fighting up to a choke into a high ground. That's a bit scary, but +2 is done in just about right now, actually. So that's the timing Classic is looking for. Zealot's getting on top of the Stalkers on both sides, actually. But Classic's got a bit better of a second battle line. Now he blinks on top once again. +2 is done. The Stalkers cannot fight this anymore. And again, Classic, he takes a fight that it doesn't feel like he should have been able to do. But again, upgrades. Upgrades are powerful things, but fighting your way up on that ramp is damn hard. So Classic got to back up. Got to retool, got to find another way. Meanwhile, on the other side, Zealot's killing, actually not really getting a lot of workers right now, but Classic has to run back home and look at resources lost. It's starting to stabilize. It's about the same as Classic continues to develop his economy, develop his tech now. Again, the Zealots, they're going to recall on home, but only one of them falls. How old is Classic? I'm not sure, but he has completed his military service. That's for sure. The Zealots and Stalkers on the... Man, NightMare is just tearing Classic apart. This is damn impressive. This is pretty. Game 1, I said, okay, you know what, Stargazers, it's that taking that pocket goal, that pocket expand. It's really hard to do. But this game, this is just a game of multi-pronging, and that NightMare just seems to be winning. As the Zealots, they find their way in. I don't know how many workers they're going to get. It doesn't look like that many. Oh, I think he got about 7. Yeah, got about 7. But look at the supply right now. NightMare is just ballooning ahead as it's a 2,000 resources gap now. He's up 20 army supply. His +2 will be done soon. Classic a little bit slow on +3. And also Classic down significantly workers, 55 to 73. He's really not committing to it. He's only on 4 gas, so he can build Archons, but no disruptors, nothing like that. So there really is not a lot of tech progression. This is I'm enjoying this map. This is cool. Okay, a lot of Zealots going to find their way in. Archons are not ready yet. Classic blinks backward. The +2 is still there for Classic, not yet for NightMare. That's something. Archons stuck in the background, though. You got to bring those to the front, just zapping Zealots. And there we go. A little bit of a body block, a little bit of force field by the Stalkers of NightMare. And again, Classic actually seem to be doing a pretty damn fine job on this fight. But now +2 is done. +3 halfway along. Stalkers blink forward, looking for something, but line of sight blockers, they say no, no, no. And we got to point out, NightMare, he has 4 bases. He has 5 bases. His 6th base is on the way. Classic has just not been able to expand at the rate that NightMare has because NightMare has ruled the map. Okay, again, NightMare is going to try to knock this 4th base down, but finally we're seeing Classic get a bunch of gas. He double gas at the 4th, taking double gas at the 3rd, but Zealots into the natural. And the lack of a wall is kind of a problem, actually. It's just really hard, but that's some nice SimCity right there. Shield battery overcharge, but the Zealots are just going to kill it off. The goal, though, is to keep your Forge alive. +3 is incredibly important. It's what has allowed Classic to continue to take these fights that he probably should not be able to take, as now the Archons running forward once again, looking for those big juicy shots on the Zealots. As again, the Zealots, they're going to find their way in. Oh, they're starting to kill this Forge. It's getting pretty damn low. Pylon as well, but it looks like Pylons are going to be fine for that. The Forge, oh, +3, it's going to get just denied, and that's how that was keeping Classic in this game. Now he's not going to have that one. +3 now, it's a lead for NightMare and the supply as well. Folks, are you ready for an upset? Because I am. NightMare, it looks like he's about to take a 2-0 here. He's punching on through. The 4th base is falling. The natural is going down. All the tech there. Classic says WWGG. NightMare 2-0.